Today, beta, we will be beginning with our astronomical telescope, beta. As per our previous discussions, beta, we were talking about the compound microscope, beta. In compound microscope, basically, we were taking into account two lenses. One lens that we were dealing with was our objective lens, beta, and second one was our eyepiece lens. In the case of the compound microscope, objective lens was of small aperture, small focal length, and eyepiece in that situation that was of large focal length, beta. And in comparison to the objective lens, it was having the large focal length when we compare the two, beta. Now, furthermore, if we come to the situation of our astronomical telescope, here in this astronomical telescope, we are to see the distant heavenly objects, or the objects which are very, very, very far away from the observer. So as a result of that, our objective lens should of such a nature that it is having very, very, very large focal length, beta, and at the same time, its aperture should be very, 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 very large. Just because it is to gather the light from the very far away objects, if the aperture is large, then automatically the light gathering ability of the telescope that will also be of improved quality. And we can in that situation say that our telescope that has the ability to collect or to gather the light from the distant objects in a good manner, and we can get the good contrast in the case of the image formed, beta. So one thing obviously comes to our mind, that if we reverse the lenses of our compound microscope, should we get the telescope as such? The answer is no, because in that case, the eyepiece lens may not be having the required infinite focal length, which is over here very much required, beta. Now, regarding the case of the astronomical telescope, beta, let me first of all draw the diagram, ray diagram rather, and I would suggest you all to draw the ray diagram at least side by side with me, so that in the end we may not be facing any type of difficulty, beta. So again, beta, concentrate upon the way or the manner I am drawing the diagram, because if we will be once again drawing both the lenses simultaneously at the same time, we may not be able to adjust the diagram as such. So let us say, beta, let us rather imagine that, beta, we have, this is our large aperture, large focal length. This is our objective lens, or beta, we will call this as O lens. You may treat this point as the optical center of this lens. And if it is so, we can draw the line passing through this optical center, and we probably say that it is our principal axis of the given telescope. Imagine that we call this point as the point C1, because we are having it as the first lens. That's why we will be saying that it is the optical center C1 for the first lens. And here, imagine that this ray is coming from infinity. When we draw the dotted line, that indicates that the ray is coming from infinity. Secondly, you can imagine that here we have another ray of light coming from the infinite distant object, because the object is at infinite distance. Both of these rays will be parallel to each other, and as a result of that, we imagine that when this ray will be suffering from refraction, we may be getting over here the two rays actually met at this point. So this point will be the point of the real image formation for this astronomical telescope, and we can say that over here it is our A dash and B dash. This is the real image of the far off object which is lying at infinity, and this object is image rather is obtained at this particular place. Now see, if we draw the objective lens earlier, then we may not be adjusting this distance, especially at the time of drawing the ray diagram. Now, after having this image formed on the screen or on this place, at this place rather, so now we should be drawing our eyepiece lens, beta. Let us imagine that, beta, this is our eyepiece lens, or we generally abbreviate it as E lens with it. So one ray, it will be going parallel to this particular principal axis. This point may be treated as the point C2 with it. Here, from this object, this ray of light which is passing through C2, it will be going undeviated because it is the case of our normal incidence. Now, we must be knowing that where we want to have the image form corresponding to this particular object, this as an object for this eyepiece lens. So this is solely up to you that where you want that your image should be shifted. And we if extend this ray of light up to this place and say I intend to form the image at this place, I can extend this ray of light as such, and I can say furthermore that here lies the observer's eye within, or this is your eye and you are observing this particular image formed as such. Now, dear all, because at this place the rays of light are not actually meeting, they just appear to meet. We will say that here A double dash and B double dash, this is our final image form. This is not real, this is virtual in nature because rays are actually not meeting, they just appear to meet. That's why it is virtual in nature. So, furthermore, at this place, we can say that this angle, it may be marked as this angle beta, and this angle A dash B dash is making with this C1, let it be called as angle alpha. Dear all, once again, this distance we may count as the least distance of distinct vision, and this distance, this is acting as the object distance for this eyepiece lens. And if you focus upon this situation further, then with a right starting from this lens up to this place, up to rather this place, you can say, this is your focal length of the objective lens, and it may be marked as such. Now, these are particularly probably all the parameters we have drawn as such. Once again, I'm repeating all the things that are infinity is the position where we expect the object to be present. This is our objective lens, large aperture, large focal length. It is generally very thin. C1 optical center for this objective lens. Then here is the real image formed by this objective lens. And from this objective lens, these two rays are getting reflected once again in order to give us the final image formed, which is virtual in nature at this position. And here lies the observer's eye, capital D being the least distance of distinct vision, and UE being the distance of the object from the eyepiece lens, and here FO being the distance of the final image formed by the objective lens. We will be calling it as focal length of the objective lens as such. This is the case of least distance of distinct vision arrangement. We may also be having the case when we are having the normal adjustment. Let me draw the diagram also. So we will be once again having this lens as our objective lens. Now I'm going for normal adjustment. Here lies your, this is your objective lens, and we may be saying that this line is acting as principal axis for this particular objective lens or O lens. This is your point C1 as earlier indicated to you, and here this line is indicating the ray of light coming from infinity. Dotted line especially means that the rays are coming from infinity. It is expected to go undeviated. Here will be the refraction, and here we get the image formed A dash and B dash. Now this becomes very important. We must be placing this particular object, this as an object at the focus of this eyepiece lens. This is your eyepiece lens. Now eyepiece lens is thick lens, small focal length and small aperture. This ray of light, it will be going as such, and it will also be going as such. And here you can well imagine that the image formed is at infinity. It is not at all at least distance of distinct vision. So beta, This is the ray diagram setup of your telescope, both in the least distance of distinct vision arrangement and in the normal adjustment situation, beta. Now, let me come up with the magnification obtained in this particular case, beta. But in magnification M, this is generally given by the angle formed by the image at the eyepiece to the angle formed by the object at the eyepiece lens, beta. So I am picking up this particular situation. This is A dash B dash image, or this line is because extended up to this place. I will be treating this angle as beta, this angle as alpha, the corresponding angles formed. So this can be tan beta and it can be tan alpha beta. Now let me substitute the values for this tan beta and tan alpha. Tan beta A dash, B dash, C2, B dash. This ratio, A dash, B dash, C2, B dash, tan alpha. In the denominator, I'm just reciprocating the terms. So we will have it to be A dash, B dash upon C1, B dash. So it will be C1, B dash upon A dash, B dash. This will get cancelled, beta. And we must be having that this magnification C1 B dash C2 B dash. This is our general relationship for the magnification beta. Now, dear all, let me go far with the substitution of the value of C1 B dash and C2 B dash. Here lies your C1 B dash. This is C1, this is B dash, this is FO. And probably because we are having the convex lens, it must be positive. It will be treated as positive. And C2B dash, this is your UE, and it must be treated as negative because the object distance from this eyepiece lens must be negative. So M in this case, beta, that will be equal to FO upon negative of this UE, or this is our magnification obtained. I may mark this as equation number 1, beta, this way. Now, my ultimate aim is to go far with the analytical treatment of the same in order to get the value of this beta. Now, I am rubbing this part, normal adjustment case, so that I can calculate that well, beta. So, beta, you all know that we have our lens formula 1 by V minus 1 by U is equal to 1 by F. Before I proceed with the discussion ahead, beta, Bhavneet, Dimank, Harshit, Mihir, Mayank, Navneet, Nikhil, Sadhav, Yashdeep, all the students are present. Rest of the class is not seen to me. So, is this all diagram concept clear to you, beta? Bhavneet, Bhavneet,
Yes, sir.
very nice. बेटे हर्षित निखिल मिहिर मयंक बेटा रे डायग्राम में कोई
Yes, sir.
दिक्कत तो नहीं आ रही, अब सारा क्लियर है?
Yes, sir.
नाइस. एक बात बेटे, एक काम करना है, साथ साथ आपने ड्रॉ जरूर कर लेना, बिकॉज अदरवाइज फिर सर तो ड्रॉ करते ही आ रहे हैं कितने सालों से, ठीक है ना? सो लेट अस हैव द सब्स्टिट्यूशन बेटे. v इज इक्वल टू माइनस डी, ये देख सकते हो आप, एंड u इज इक्वल टू बेटा यूर माइनस यू ई. और बेटे f को आप अपना सिंपली फोकल लेंथ ऑफ द ऑब्जेक्टिव सॉरी आई पीस लेंस जो है ये मेंशन कर सकते हो in this case. Now I will be substituting all these values in this equation beta. I will have minus 1 by d and it will be minus minus plus 1 by ue, it is 1 by fe beta. तो ये चीज बेटा मेरे पास जब बनी, I can shift this 1 over d to the other side of the equation or the equality sign, and let us see what we get over here as a result. After this step beta, this whole term is being shifted. So it will be 1 upon UE. This is equal to 1 upon FE minus minus plus 1 upon D. We will get as such beta. अब बेटे बहुत ध्यान से अगर आप देखेंगे तो आपका जो इक्वेशन नंबर 1 है, ये इक्वेशन नंबर 1 upon UE की वैल्यू that may be substituted from this equation right over there. So let me substitute the value and see what type of magnification we are getting बेटे. मैग्निफिकेशन एम एफ ओ एस एच आ जाएगा बेटा, और यू ई. बेटे इसको सब्स्टिट्यूट करने से पहले एक स्टेप और यहाँ पे बनेगा. लेट अस टेक दैट आल्सो बेटा. एफ ई को मैं यहाँ से बेटे कॉमन ले लेता हूँ, 1 अपॉन एफ ई. इफ इट इज टेकन कॉमन, दिस इज 1 and it is f e upon capital D. Now it will become easy to substitute. So if I substitute right in this equation number 1, now I will be having that magnification small m. This is equal to minus sign sh fo divided by your fe into 1 plus fe upon capital D. So in this manner, bete, we can calculate or we can get the magnification produced by the telescope, astronomical telescope rather, as such. So I hope, dear children, everything is very much clear to you. So waiting for your messages or comments with us so that I can proceed further with the discussion. So dear children, should I proceed ahead with the discussion? Is everything clear to you? Okay, very nice, bete, very nice. Thank you for your comments. नाइस बेटे, नाइस. चलिए फिर बेटे आगे चलते हैं. इसके बाद वी हैव टेरेस्ट्रियल टेलीस्कोप बेटे. छोटी सी एक बेटे मैं इंफॉर्मेशन रादर एक छोटा सा एग्जांपल आपके साथ बेटे डिस्कस करना चाहता था. इमेजिन कर लीजिए आप किसी डिस्टेंट हिल को व्यू करना चाहते हो विद द हेल्प ऑफ द टेलीस्कोप, और जब आप उसको देखोगे तो ये नेगेटिव साइन को देखिए साथ साथ. ये नेगेटिव साइन इंडिकेट कर देता है कि इमेज उल्टा बना पड़ा है. अगर तो हम मून वगैरह देख रहे हैं, हेवनली बॉडीज देख रहे हैं, काफी दूर बॉडीज हैं, सेलेस्टिकल बॉडीज हैं, और वो राउंड शेप में हैं, हमें कोई ज्यादा उनको व्यू करने में दिक्कत नहीं आती. लेकिन जब आप कोई डिस्टेंट हिल को देख रहे हो, एवरीथिंग विल बी सीन इनवर्टेड and it will become difficult for you to see the minute details of that image. In order to avoid that, one field lens is adjusted between the objective and the eyepiece lens, or as a result of the improved the improved version of this telescope is called terrestrial telescope beta. इसका रे डायग्राम जरूर बना लीजिए, फोकल लेंथ वगैरह मैं आपको इंडिकेट कर देता हूं. So let us have it a terrestrial telescope now as such. So heading आप दे सकते हो terrestrial telescope it. Let us take up the case of terrestrial telescope. So बेटे terrestrial telescope में आप एक अपना ऑब्जेक्टिव लेंस जो है ये इमेजिन करोगे. दिस इज योर ऑब्जेक्टिव लेंस एंड इट इज पोजेसिंग वेरी 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 लार्ज फोकल लेंथ. लार्ज इज द अपर्चर एंड लेट इट बी योर प्रिंसिपल एक्सिस बेटा. दिस इज योर ओ लेंस. दिस इज C1, ऑप्टिकल सेंटर फॉर द फर्स्ट लेंस. And this is the ray coming from infinity, and that's why it is shown to be dotted. This is the second ray of light. These rays of light, this ray it will be especially going undeviated because it is the case of normal incidence. And here we can say that we may be getting the image formed as such. Let me redraw this ray. This is our image formed, real image rather, because rays are actually meeting at this point beta. Now here I will place beta one field lens. This is the field lens placed over here. This is the focus. This is twice f bar, this field lens. This is beta your field lens beta. Field lens. This is the focus of this field lens. This is twice the distance of the focus. This ray of light will be going as such. और इस ऑप्टिकल सेंटर में से जो रे पास करेगी, it will go undeviated because it is definitely the case of normal incidence. This ray goes like this. Here, focus, twice of this focus, this ray will pass through the focus and it will meet this as such. तो ये दोनों rays actually meet कर रही हैं and here we get the final image form. तो ये आपका जो image बना A dash B dash, इसको A B में कॉल, ये इस इमेज को सिर्फ आपने इरेक्ट कर दिया है विद द हेल्प ऑफ द फील्ड लेंस, और बेटे फील्ड लेंस का यहाँ पे कोई ज्यादा जो इम्पैक्ट नहीं है. वंस अगेन ये डिस्टेंस आपका 2f के बराबर था. दिस डिस्टेंस इज आल्सो इक्वल टू 2f. एज ए रिजल्ट ऑफ दैट मैग्निफिकेशन इज यूनिटी एंड the size of this image is exactly equal to the size of this image, which is acting as an object for this eyepiece lens beta. Now furthermore, let me place objective lens over here. Let us consider that this is the objective lens we have placed. O lens we have placed over here. O lens is generally of less focal length in comparison to our eyepiece lens beta. One ray of light which is going parallel to the principal axis as such, we expect it to pass through the focus of this objective lens in this manner. And you can say that here is another ray of light passing through the optical center. It will go as such, and by this way it doesn't appear to be parallel to it. I will have to redraw it beta and say this is now passing through the focus beta in this manner. If I extend these two rays of light, these will be going, or these will be rather appearing to meet at infinity. So in this manner beta हम अपने इमेज फॉर्म को इरेक्ट करने के लिए एक फील्ड लेंस यहाँ पे एडजस्ट कर पाएंगे, एंड द मैग्निफिकेशन इन दिस केस इट विल बी FO upon FE without your negative sign. Negative sign we will not be getting over here. क्यों नहीं हमें मिलेगा? Because image formed of inverted नहीं है, it is erect one. So dear all, this is the difference between your terrestrial and astronomical telescope. May I hope सारे students को clear है बेटा? अनंता, अनंता, you are unmuted.
Yes, sir.
Nice बेटे, साथ साथ बना रहे हो ना अनंता?
Yes, sir.
Good, carry on then. Then बेटे इसके बाद हमारे पास रिफ्लेक्टिंग टाइप टेलीस्कोप्स का कंसेप्ट है. व्हाट डू वी मीन बाय रिफ्लेक्टिंग टाइप टेलीस्कोप्स? और हमें बेटे स्पेशली रिफ्लेक्टिंग टाइप टेलीस्कोप का जरूरत क्यों पड़ा? क्या नीड है रिफ्लेक्टिंग टाइप टेलीस्कोप का? लेट अस टॉक अबाउट दिस बेटे. बड़े ध्यान से बेटे एक बार फिर से सुनिएगा सारा कंसेप्ट. व्हेन वी फोकस अपॉन refracting type telescope, maybe your astronomical telescope, maybe your terrestrial telescope beta, in दोनों cases में we make use of the lenses beta. Maybe your objective lens, maybe your eyepiece lens, both are convex lenses in nature. Now when we make the ray of light to pass through the lens, especially convex lens or concave lens, then due to the uneven thickness offered by the lens to the incoming ray of light, the light ray, it may suffer, or the you can say that chromatic and spherical aberrations may be there. Chromatic aberrations बेटे हमने डिटेल में कर रखी हैं कि आपको आपकी इमेज में छोटे छोटे पैचेस कलर के दिखाई देने लग जाते हैं, कलर्ड इमेज दिखता है. और इन केस ऑफ योर स्फेरिकल एब्रेशंस बेटा आपका जो इमेज फॉर्म्ड है दैट बिकम्स ब्लर्ड. सो ये दो बड़े डिफेक्ट्स हैं आपकी एस्ट्रोनॉमिकल टेलीस्कोप और टेरेस्ट्रियल टेलीस्कोप्स के. इन डिफेक्ट्स को एलिमिनेट करने के लिए रिफ्लेक्टिंग टाइप टेलीस्कोप्स को डिजाइन किया गया था, और रिफ्लेक्टिंग टाइप टेलीस्कोप्स में ऑब्जेक्टिव लेंस को पैराबोलिक और लार्ज अपर्चर के कनकेव मिरर से रिप्लेस कर दिया जाता है. सो लेट मी हैव रिफ्लेक्टिंग telescopes, reflecting type rather telescopes. कैसिग्रेन टाइप और न्यूटेनियन टाइप दो टेलीस्कोप्स हैं हमारे पास. कैसिग्रेन टाइप टेलीस्कोप, Let me concentrate upon this Cassegrain type telescope, beta. We have objective lens and this objective lens is of very large aperture. आप साथ साथ ड्रॉ कर सकती हो मेरे. ऑब्जेक्टिव लेंस मैंने बोल दिया, लेंस को हमने मिरर से रिप्लेस किया है. ये मिरर हमारा आ गया यहाँ पे बेटा. ऑब्जेक्टिव लेंस जो आपका रिफ्रैक्टिंग टाइप टेलीस्कोप्स में था, दैट हैज बीन रिप्लेस्ड बाय दिस मिरर. एंड वन थिंग मोर, वी कीप ए स्मॉल होल एट द सेंटर. यहाँ पे हम इसका जो कुछ पार्ट है ये एज ए होल मैनेज करके रख लेते हैं बेटे कैसीग्रेन टाइप टेलीस्कोप में. ये इमेजिन कर लीजिए, वी हैव दिस रे ऑफ लाइट कमिंग फ्रॉम इंफिनिटी मीटिंग अप टू दिस प्लेस. This ray of light coming from infinity meeting with this mirror as such at this place. Reflection suffer होगा यहाँ पे. Reflection के बाद आपका ray of light it is propagating in this manner and here it is propagating in this manner बेटे. अब इन दोनों रेज के फोकस होने से पहले पहले हमने एक और यहाँ पे बेटे मिरर प्लेस किया है. दिस इज कन्वेक्स मिरर बेटे. ये कनकेव मिरर था आपका, दिस इज कन्वेक्स मिरर बेटा. इसको हमने प्लेस किया और ये कन्वेक्स मिरर क्या करेगा, इट विल रिफ्लेक्ट बैक दीज रेज ऑफ लाइट एज सच. और ये जो रेज ऑफ लाइट हैं व्हेन दे विल रीच ओवर हियर, हियर वी हैव प्लेस्ड द आई पीस लेंस बेटे. दिस इज अवर आई पीस लेंस. और ये आई पीस लेंस जो है दिस इज योर बेटे आई लेंस या ई लेंस. और दिस इज द ऑब्जेक्ट डिस्टेंस रादर इंफिनिटी है. This is your convex mirror and beta, and this is your concave mirror. So in this manner beta हम अपनी जो रिफ्लेक्टिंग टाइप टेलीस्कोप है इसकी जो रे डायग्राम है इसके ऊपर फोकस कर सकते हैं. डियर ऑल, मैग्निफिकेशन इन दिस केस दिस इज पॉजिटिव, नेवर नेगेटिव. This is FO upon FE directly indicating that कि आपका इमेज फॉर्म जो है ये अब इन्वर्टेड नहीं है और ये बिल्कुल इरेक्ट इन नेचर है बेटा. इसके बाद बेटे मेरे पास बात आ जाती है न्यूटेनियन टेलीस्कोप. न्यूटेनियन टेलीस्कोप की अगर हम बेटे बात करें, वन थिंग मोर, दिस टाइप ऑफ टेलीस्कोप हैज बीन एडजस्टेड एट माउंट कोलोमर. 500 मीटर इसका जो रेडियस है इसके ऑब्जेक्टिव लेंस का है. और यू कैन वेल इमेजिन 500 मीटर का मतलब है हाफ किलोमीटर. इतने रेडियस का मिरर बनाना इट इज वेरी मच डिफिकल्ट. और यू कैन वेल इमेजिन कि अगर इतना बड़ा मिरर होगा व्हाट इंप्रूव्ड लाइट गैदरिंग रेशियो इट मस्ट बी पोजेसिंग. नाउ बेटे न्यूटेनियन टेलीस्कोप की अगर हम बात करके देखें बेटा, तो न्यूटेनियन टेलीस्कोप में हम एक लॉन्ग ट्यूब कंसिडर कर लेते हैं. दिस इज ए लॉन्ग ट्यूब. और ये लॉन्ग ट्यूब के बिल्कुल इस एंड पे हमने एक पैराबोलिक मिरर कह लो एडजस्ट कर रखा है. दिस इज द लॉन्ग ट्यूब बेटा. और ये बेटे हमने इसके एंड पे एक पैराबोलिक मिरर प्लेस किया. दिस इज द मिरर एज सच. रेज ऑफ लाइट आर कमिंग फ्रॉम इंफिनिटी और ये रेज ऑफ लाइट जब इस पैराबोलिक मिरर पे फॉल करेंगी बेटा तो फॉल करने से क्या होगा, रिफ्लेक्शन इट विल टेक प्लेस एज सच. ये जो रिफ्लेक्टेड रेज हैं व्हेन दीज विल बी मूविंग लाइक दिस बेटा, इनके पाथ में यहाँ पे हमने एक प्लेन मिरर एडजस्ट किया हुआ है किसी पर्टिकुलर एंगल पे. ये जो रे है इट विल गेट रिफ्लेक्टेड इन दिस मैनर, it will get reflected in this manner, and we are to manage a hole over here and we are to place eyepiece lens in this case as such. This is your E lens or eyepiece lens. This is the long tube beta, metallic tube rather. ये आपका ऑब्जेक्ट रेज इंफिनिटी से आपके ऑब्जेक्ट से जो कि इंफिनिटी पे है रेज आ रही हैं. ये आपका बेटे वंस अगेन दिस इज पैराबोलिक मिरर. और बेटा ये आपका यहाँ पे है प्लेन मिरर. सो डियर ऑल, वंस अगेन रिगार्डिंग द मैग्निफिकेशन, दिस इज FO डिवाइडेड बाय FE, नो नेगेटिव साइन वंस अगेन. सो बेटा यहाँ पे मैं फिर वही बात कहना चाहूंगा, image formed in this case it is erect बेटा, better quality का होगा, and as a result of that बेटे हम इस लेंस के कंपैरेटिवली जो लेंसेज आपने यूज किए थे रिफ्रैक्टिंग टाइप में बेटर इंप्रूव्ड इमेजेस यहाँ पे ऑब्टेन कर सकते हैं. I will take 1 or 2 more minutes बेटा, just in order to have the comparison of the refracting and reflecting type telescopes बेटे. जब हम बेटे रिफ्रैक्टिंग टाइप टेलीस्कोप्स की बात करते हैं, we always deal with the objective lens and the eyepiece lens. Both are convex in nature. The main defect is that the refracting type telescopes, they suffer from number 1 chromatic aberrations, number 2 spherical aberrations beta, and number 3 beta light gathering power is not so much, image formed is not very much clear, and fourth defect is that the aperture of the objective lens in the refracting type telescopes has to be kept very large, and it is very much difficult to design the lenses of very large aperture as such. तो ये 4 defects हैं बेटे आपके refracting type telescopes के. Let me recount these all. Refracting type telescopes, they suffer from chromatic aberrations, they suffer from spherical aberrations, light gathering power अच्छा नहीं है, और फर्दर मोर बेटा इतने बड़े साइज का ऑब्जेक्टिव लेंस डिजाइन करना दैट इज इटसेल्फ ए बिग चैलेंज, ए बिग प्रॉब्लम, बिकॉज उसका साइज इतना बड़ा हो जाता है कि वो अपनी मैकेनिकल स्ट्रेंथ को उसकी इतनी मैकेनिकल स्ट्रेंथ ना होने की वजह से दैट गेट्स ब्रोकन एज सच. अब आ जाइए बात इन रिफ्लेक्टिंग टाइप टेलीस्कोप्स की कर लें ब्रीफली बेटा. जो आपने यहाँ पे ये अपना कनकेव मिरर लगाया है या यहाँ पे जो पैराबोलिक मिरर लगाया है, ये दोनों मिरर्स बेटा आपको स्फेरिकल और जो आपकी जो क्रोमेटिक एब्रेशंस हैं इनसे बचा लेते हैं, और हमें इमेज फॉर्म ना तो कलर दिखता है ना ब्लर दिखता है. दिस इज द बिगेस्ट एडवांटेज बेटे. So dear all, in these two situations, our optical device is free from chromatic and spherical aberrations. And furthermore, bete, because it is very easy to design large sized this mirror beta, we will say that light gathering ability of such a device is very much improved one. और as a result of that आपको image अच्छा मिलेगा, contrast अच्छा मिलेगा, आप अच्छा इसको पढ़ पाएंगे. लेकिन बेटे फिर भी एक इनका भी अपना डिफेक्ट है. इन टेलीस्कोप्स में एक प्रॉब्लम है, मेजर प्रॉब्लम है कि इनको फ्रीक्वेंटली एडजस्ट करने की जरूरत पड़ती है, इनको बार बार एडजस्टमेंट करने की जरूरत पड़ती है. सो वी आर ऑलवेज हुक्ड विद दिस पर्टिकुलर डिवाइस इन ऑर्डर टू गेट समथिंग फ्रॉम द डिस्टेंट ऑब्जेक्ट्स इन द फॉर्म ऑफ द इमेज एज सच बेटा. सो बेटे ये आपके रिफ्रैक्टिंग टाइप और रिफ्लेक्टिंग टाइप टेलीस्कोप्स का कंप्लीट एनालिसिस था बेटा. आई होप द थिंग्स आर वेरी मच क्लियर टू यू बेटा. सो डियर